Hello everyone, my name is The Clever Fool. Today we'll be continuing with another episode of Barbarossa, this time going for the 5th mission, Barbarossa's March. Of course on hard difficulty. No special achievement for this one, but damn if this level hasn't gotten annoying. Let's just go ahead and get right started.
The Holy Roman Empire was complete, and for the moment, both Germany and Italy swore fealty to Barbarossa. Alas, the peace was not to endure. The Crusader states in Palestine were crumbling. A Saracen king named Saladin had evicted virtually every Crusader from their castle. The Pope called for a new crusade, before the Holy Land became Saracen once again. Remarkably, Barbarossa agreed to undertake this new crusade for the Pope he had fought so hard against. King Philip of France and England's Richard the Lionhearted had already boarded ships bound for the Middle East. But Barbarossa's army was the largest by far, and there wasn't a fleet in Europe that could transport it. The Emperor would have to march overland to Constantinople and through the land of the Turks to reach the rendezvous in Jerusalem. Constantinople was the capital of the Byzantine Empire and one of the most glorious cities on the globe. Barbarossa's army would be able to rest and resupply in Constantinople before it began the Great March.
Alright, our main objectives. At least 10 troops must survive to reach the Hospitaller camp. Our hints tell us that there are a few safe places, or that, rather, there are few safe places to land along the Anatolian Peninsula. Directly across from Constantinople is one of the safest landings. Do not destroy any enemy ships that you might use. You are unable to build your own. There will be many hazards along the journey. You may need to rely on new recruits in the surrounding areas to help replenish your war-beaten forces. Advance slowly, scout ahead, and protect your siege weapons and monks. Our scouts report that the Imperial Army in red has traveled east toward the Holy Land. To transport this vast army over the Aegean Sea, Barbarossa will need the help of the Byzantines. Transport ships can be found in either Constantinople in blue or Gallipoli in cyan. Crossing the sea will not be easy with the Saracen navy in green patrolling it. Anatolia has fallen to the Seljuk Turks in yellow. The road through these lands is dangerous, but Barbarossa has no other option. Once the German army reaches the Hospitallers in orange, however, it will be safe. Alright, let's go ahead and get started.
Imperial Majesty, we must cross the Sea of Marmara to reach the Holy Land. There are 2 places where we might commandeer ships. The vague port of Gallipoli, the heavily fortified city of Constantinople.
So first off, we're going to want to use our paladins to take out this Galleon, and then heal up. And then, while we're healing up, we're going to trigger the Saracen ambush that has 4 Mamelukes.
In abandoned house. No, a thin ambush.
And I think the Saracens have got to have a record for the most annoying unit in the entire game with the Mamelukes. They are absolutely incredibly annoying because they are anti-cavalry and they micro like cavalry archers, which is just so freaking obnoxious. I can't even begin to describe it.
Pace?
Bereite? Pace? Ja, dies war Zerstörung. Bereite? Pace? Ja, das ist so. Ja, das ist so.
So we lose a scout right off the bat. A sacrifice I'm willing to make so that our crossbows can come in and clean them up.
dies war bereitet. So. Pace, dies war. Ja,
It's
Pace,
a heavy camel.
bereitet.
I'm not sure if I was supposed to trigger those guys just yet. Where did my other scout go? I thought I was supposed to have 2. Did I already lose both of my scouts? No, standing right here. Okay, so now that we've cleaned this ambush up, we're gonna want to head southwest a little bit towards Gallipoli, and this will become relevant soon. Let's bait this camel back.
Ja. Stated. Pace, ja. Sasa, bereitet.
Nice.
Bereitet. Dies war.
And in this manner, we're gonna bait out the Saracen Navy land forces, one by one. There's a Mameluke here. We'll bait him back. Oh, no, I would like to not lose my monk, or my scout.
Pace, ja. Bereitet. Dies war.
And here comes the cavalry.
Ja. Bereitet. Ja. Dies war. Das ist war. Ja. Das ist war.
We lose our other scout, which is kind of a shame.
Ja. Das ist war.
I might have that bite me later. And now I guess I have to use a paladin to bait enemies in.
Pace.
Okay. Scout out a castle.
Ja. Dies war. Pace. Das ist so.
And we still have the entirety of our army minus our 2 scouts. Should have taken better care of them and sent him backwards. But now the play will be to use the trebuchets to destroy this castle.
Pace. Dies war. Stated.
Did a good chunk of damage to our own trebuchets there, unfortunately, as well. I'm gonna set these guys on no attack stance. That could have ended up much worse than it did. Want to heal up our paladins. Now, unfortunately, we can't heal up our trebuchets, which is a shame.
Bereitet. Dies war.
Would have greatly appreciated that. So now what we're going to do is we are going to try to get into the Gallipoli transport
Ja. Pace.
and
Dies war.
cheese this mission a little bit.
Welcome to Gallipoli, Your Royal
Dies
Highness.
war.
Of course you may use our transports, my Lord Emperor. But I fear Saracen warships rule the Aegean. You may lose many men.
Okay. Narrowly dodge the bombard cannon. Very nice. It doesn't seem like they've drawn our aggro just yet. We'll come down this way to the shipwreck.
How long has it been since we've been shipwrecked on this island? My axe craves a Saracen neck.
Heiße? Ja.
And for whatever reason, it seems like the AI is not interested in chasing us. That's really good, because last time I tried this, for whatever reason, the boats all wanted to kill me. See that? Oh no. There goes one of the transports, sadly. There goes the other one. What we're going to want to do is hopefully have these two transports survive long enough to drop our soldiers off in the heart of Constantinople. There should be an opening here where they have a dock.
No! Not more Crusaders! Emperor Barbarossa, I do not want that filthy army in my city! Turn back at once!
Look, if we want to use the Byzantine navy, we must invade Constantinople.
Very well, Barbarossa. You have made your point. I will allow you to use my navy if you will take your looting Crusaders and leave.
And that, my friends, is what we call cheese.
Heiße?
At the low cost of one of our paladins and the transport ships at Gallipoli, we have completely avoided a fight with Constantinople here.
Bereiter? Ja. Dies war...
And for whatever reason, it must be because we didn't actually like attack their ships or anything. Now we have a full set of full access to their navy, whereas if you attack them, they might actually rotate their navy around, which is massively inconvenient.
Heiße? Ja. Ja, dies war so.
I know our siege can make it through eventually. Come on guys, come on. Come on.
Heiße? Ja.
Come on.
Dies war so. Bereiter?
One of them made it through.
Ja. Ja.
Are they seriously blocked? This onager definitely made it through. I wonder if they did it on purpose to prevent the cheesing. Huh. Well, we're in a bit of a predicament here.
Bereiter? Dies war...
I'm gonna actually save real quick. I hope I don't need this. I'll just call this cheesy boy. And we'll load up our units into the transport ships.
Heiße? Ströme.
Ja. Heiße?
Ja.
Bereiter. Ja. Rete.
And I actually want my monks in
Heiße? Ja. Dies war... Streetet.
different transports if
Bereiter?
possible.
So. Sasa. Heiße? Dies war... Ja.
Let's get our trebuchet inside. And make sure that we don't let any demo ships get near our transports.
Bereite. Heiße. Dies war.
So far so good. I guess we could try to come south and pick them up. I'm more concerned with getting what I have now over though. So let's go ahead and do that. They say the most safe landing is directly across. So we're just going to go ahead and try this. There must be an open area on the cliffside here somewhere. Nice. Okay, I will send a transport here back to pick up those siege weapons just in case we can get them. It looks like the Navy was much less aggressive this time, so perhaps not triggering Constantinople really is the cheesy way to do it. This really trivializes part of the mission, honestly. Even though it did make it impossible for our units to cross. It looks like we're in much better shape now than before. Getting those Galians was a massive help for us. We'll stop to pick up that halberdier, because, to be completely honest, every unit matters. Okay, now that seems like they have more navy. I need to fight this a bit more carefully here. Don't know why I can't see the HP on my ships either in the campaigns. It's always struck me as very strange. Look, I can see the transport ship HP directly, but for whatever reason I can't see the Galian HP. It's a very interesting bug. Now sadly I don't think I'm going to actually get that halberdier over anymore at this rate. Am I willing to invest all this time for one halberdier? Perhaps and perhaps not.
Bereite. Heiße. Rete. Ja. Rete. Ja.
Bereite. Ja.
What the hell? I'll go pick him up. We'll be wholesome. And this is right about the time where I'm really regretting not keeping one of my 2 scouts alive. I see that they have monks. And I actually don't want my guys too close to the shore here. All this for one halberdier. But honestly, so long as I don't lose any of these guys, it's worth it. Because these ships aren't going to be used for anything else anyway. Now, I saw a monk over there.
Bereiter.
Heiße? Ja, das ist wahr. Ja, das ist so.
Ja, das ist so. Hey, ja, das ist wahr.
Bereiter? Heiße? Ja, das war. Ja, das ist so. Ja, das war. Das war. Das war. Das ist wahr. Das ist so. Das ist so. Ja, das ist so.
There we go. They must have faith and heresy, because that was a pretty difficult conversion. Our friendly halberdier, meanwhile, made it over to us.
Heiße?
We'll just need to rush a paladin over to see if there's anything interesting.
Das ist so. Ja, das war.
Now, I think the Turks are going to have a bunch of cavalry archers for us to deal with.
Ja. Ja. Heiße? Das ist so.
We'll see, though. Because it doesn't look like we've aggroed them enough yet.
Heiße?
I still have a transport full of knights here. Wow.
Das ist so.
Our force actually looks pretty solid, all things considered.
Das war.
We also have a few throwing axemen remaining from those that we rescued on the island there. Times like these make me really wish that I saved my scout. Because now scouting with the paladin is very suboptimal.
Heiße? Das ist so. Sasa. Ja.
Let's have the one that the cavalry archers are targeting. Kite back. For heals. And we just move slowly and methodically here with our army. We're deep in enemy territory.
Heiße? Ja, das ist so.
We want to get further inland so as the Saracen navy won't bother us anymore. That's a monk. I don't really want to deal with that monk.
Das ist so. Heiße? Das ist so.
Scouting with trebuchets is actually somewhat viable. Even though they move slowly, they have such a huge sight range. I might actually do that, even though it's somewhat of a risky maneuver.
Spare us, Crusaders, and we will help you with your dirty work.
Oh. Alright. Yeah, I don't mind. That's 4 free heavy cavalry archers. That's really, really cool. Heavy cavalry archers are some of my favorite units in the entire game. Simply because they're nice and easy to micro.
Bereiter.
Bereiter? Heiße? Das ist wahr. Das ist so.
Yeah, we actually, believe it or not, we actually might have more units than we started with. Yeah, we have 15 ships, which means we have 72 actual units. Which, in my opinion, I think we started with like 70. So short of losing our scouts and like one of the paladins to the transport, we are actually doing very good here. I don't particularly see a reason to move upwards towards that monk, considering that our goal is southwest here. Let's move our onagers onto the hill and see if attacking this tower garners a reaction out of anyone. You gotta play this level less like a traditional Age of Empires level and more like a dungeon crawl. There's a castle. We want to take that out using our trebuchets. Let's take out this tower as well to see if we can explore any further eastward. And this is the point where it really does seem like slow and steady is the right thing to do. Oh, nope. That is a bombard cannon. I saw a bombard cannon there, and for some reason it didn't get triggered. So I'm gonna leave my low HP trebuchet far from the battle, because it'll get one shot by the cannon. We're gonna want to move our paladins forward to prepare to intercept that cannon. And we do seem to have triggered it. Quite a lot of enemies here. Retreat to the hill. Lost the paladin, which is kind of a shame. Lost an onager, which is really bad. Losing that onager was very bad. But we do what we do in order to bait the units forward. Let's pack up our trebuchet here. We need to bait the cannons far enough forward such that they aren't able to retreat to the safety of the castle. Before we can kill them. So that's one cannon down. That's a second cannon. Very nice. Now we retreat for healing, having lost another paladin and our onager, which is kind of a shame, considering that those are our most important units. I gotta make sure, absolute sure, that I don't lose this one. Because the onagers can chop trees, and that might come in handy later on. In fact, it may come in handy right here to clear these trees out. I'm gonna see if attacking this castle is safe now. We'll keep our paladins on standby. No, that's a cliff, so it doesn't seem like we're gonna be able to get through that way. It does seem like it's safe now that we've gotten those two bombard cannons out of the way. It doesn't look like the Navy is doing anything at all of use anymore. I always thought the trebuchet on fire animation was kind of wonky because, I mean, this guy's been burning for who knows how long. He's still in pretty good shape. They have camels up there. So I think what I want to do is I want to bait them into halberdiers. It's just a tower, so we should be able to bait them out. I think that's the right play. Run paladins in. I don't want to lose another paladin. I don't think 2 camels will be able to kill any of my paladins, so we'll just bait them in. Have our halberdiers finish the job. Then rotate our trebs back upwards. I wonder if there's anything of note in the right corner here. It does look like there's a path above the cliffs, but I don't know if it's the right way to go. Let's keep our paladins on standby with our halberdiers as well, just in case. We'll move our monks forward here. And we have cavalry archers on the flank. It looks like we're reasonably safe here. Whoa, that cavalry archer was like moonwalking. Alright, so now we can actually use our cavalry archers to scout around. Let's try to look for a pathway here. So wolf, might as well snipe it down. What I'm most concerned of is if there's going to be more enemies somewhere. These cavalry archers actually make pretty decent scouts. Looks like there's a cliff face. But it does look like there is a safe zone, so to speak, in this middle area. Let's be a little cautious, just in case. It doesn't look like there's any more units in this clearing here. It doesn't look like this area leads to anything useful. I'm not really tempted to scout it myself. Let's move you guys back into staggered formation. Oh my gosh! That's 4 bombard cannons? And they're on top of the cliff too. How disgusting. Can we go around to flank them? Or maybe we can bait them into going this way? Doesn't look like they're interested. But we do need to open up this area. Okay, we absolutely cannot lose the siege onager to the cannons. So I want my cavalry archers to keep them busy here somewhat. Wait, what? Hello? What? What? Did you see that? Wait a sec. There's no way that's not a bug. Did it just walk off the cliff? Oh, we can kill them with our paladins now.
If only we had a way to knock down those trees.
We do have a way. Wait, let's check this out. He's just moonwalking across the cliff. The camels too?
Dass ich soll.
Okay, that's a cannon down. Let's save our paladins. Wow, no way. So even if we didn't have a siege onager, can our guys cross? That is so wild. There's no way that's intentional. Oh my god. There's no way that's intentional. Okay, in any case, it leads to the same place that our onager leads. Oh man, that's priceless. And this, my friends, is why you keep a good wood chopper on hand. A wolf. Nothing all too intimidating. Man, that was really, really funny. Okay, let's keep inching forward bit by bit. And we have tons of units remaining. We're in really good shape. Look, the camp is super close. I wonder if this was the final stretch.
Dies war.
It does look like this is more or less the final stretch here.
Dass ich soll. Ja. Ja. Dies war.
And we have plenty of units. We have 80 something units left. Maybe I played this too cautiously. Uh-oh. Oh, I spoke too soon. Doesn't seem like we're out of the woods just yet. Oh, there's a bunch of wolves here. I mean, if our army loses to the wolves, it'll be like the Australian Emu War all over again. Some of these are dire wolves, so it does take a lot of damage to kill. Unless my archers are just missing? Huh. It seems like when they connect with their arrows, it does a lot of damage. But they don't actually connect very much with their arrows. I guess archers get hard countered by wolves. I think we just actually clear these with our paladins here. That is a lot of wolves, though. Man, if I was in worse shape, seeing these wolves would have made me real sad.
Dass ich soll.
Honestly, doesn't seem like such a big deal here. We barely even lost any HP. They didn't even have Ornlu among them. And look at how close we are to the camp. It must be down this way. It must be, surely.
Ja. Ja. Dies war.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
The forces of Frederick Barbarossa. What happened? You look like hell. Head for the castle. You can rest there.
I don't know, man. All things considered, that was pretty easy. The hardest part was getting across the water.
Rete.
Oh, we got Frankish paladins here. They look really cool, nice and shiny. Man, am I glad to see this camp. Looks fantastic too. Let's get everyone in here for the cinematic shot. The cinematic shot, that is. just let our paladins do the job.
Welcome, Emperor Frederick. You may rest here with us before you continue your journey to the Holy Land.
All our starting trubs. Yeah, we did really well for ourselves there. Let's see what else there is on the map. So just a couple monks on the cliffs for some reason. And then we left that cavalry archer there. He seemed to return to his post. Realized that we would have murdered him if he came out on his own. Ooh, and there are cavalry archers on a hill. And a trebuchet as well. But there are a bunch of siege onagers here. So even if we lost both of ours, we potentially could have recruited them here. But this fight would have been real rough if we didn't have siege onagers. Yeah, it would have been real rough. Fighting uphill against cavalry archers would have been pretty sad. And by following the hints and going directly across Constantinople, we actually avoided a lot here. This army would have been really, really, really tough to fight. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 or 14 cavalry archers, 4 heavy camels, and 2 onagers with 4 bombard cannons. We would have lost a lot of units here. We did miss an opportunity to get a couple of extra monks here, but in the face of this army, it definitely would have been very difficult if we went this way. Yeah, plus with a blockade of bombard towers and a whole line of castles. Going this way was definitely the easier way, I'd say. So I'm glad we did it. Alright.
Barbarossa's weary army had marched for hundreds of miles through the cracked mountains in the heat of July. So when it stumbled upon the Göksü River, the men were astonished and grateful. Barbarossa himself could not resist plunging into the cold water without even pausing to remove his armor. To the disbelief of the surviving troops, Barbarossa drowned. Some said the Emperor could not swim in his plate armor. Others believed the 67-year-old heart had finally given out. Regardless of the exact cause of death, Barbarossa's crusade ended there on June 10th, 1190. The Holy Roman Emperor was gone.
Well then, what an anticlimactic ending. We'll have to see what we have in store for us in the last mission. That was pretty fun overall once you cheese the water crossing. It can definitely go very poorly for you if you fight Constantinople and don't get the opportunity to convert the Galians. It'll make the crossing basically impossible. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. This has been The Clever Fool. See you guys next time.